gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Well, police tell us that they do have one person in custody, though several others are still at large. Meanwhile, video from inside the store shows the brazen robbery.
This is a liquor store. Somebody drove a car into the building, and there's people inside stealing items.
Watch.
Wow. So, there you have it. The community completely crashes out at the liquor store, literally, and is endangering people, goes in, thinks that they're gonna hit a clean lick, and I mean, it looks like they ended up getting off, right? They got off with some merchandise, but this is no way to live. It's crazy that we've gotten to this point. Obviously, Chicago and their soft on crime DAs and mayor are an example of what happens when you completely disregard the rule of law in your city and you allow these super teen gremlins on demon time to run rampant.
As this red Dodge Durango backs up, crashing into this West Englewood liquor store. Within seconds, several people in hooded sweatshirts hop out and start stealing items inside. As the burglary is taking place, bystanders across the street appear to seize the opportunity, streaming in to steal cases of alcohol, struggling to carry the heavy packages away. This happened at around 4:45 this morning at Rainbow Food and Liquors on the corner of 71st and Ashland. The impact from the crash mangling the front door frame, shattering glass, even peeling bricks away from the facade. Police say several of the offenders got into a black four-door vehicle and took off. But officers were able to take someone into custody across the street, and charges are pending. The store owner telling us off camera he reopened in January after rebuilding the store for 3 years. His business had been badly damaged from looting during the pandemic. Now this. Back here live, the store owner tells me that the burglars were after the ATM inside his store, but they were unable to get it out.
Breaking overnight, a 23-year-old man was killed, another wounded in a shooting. It happened around 8:30 last night outside of a restaurant at 31st and Pulaski. Chicago police say the victim was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital and died there. A 35-year-old man was also taken there in critical condition. Police are looking for the gunman, who they say ran off.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetizing shadow banning this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Chicago police on the scene early this morning, collecting evidence, including more than a dozen shell casings on the street. This happened right in front of UIC athletic fields, which were deserted when the shooting took place.
So, as you guys can see, they shooting up right by a field, a rec center, essentially, while simultaneously asking for more rec centers and places for the kids to go. If you're not going to have safe spaces for children, then how can you demand that people acquiesce and we spend tax dollars on your communities that you're completely destroying? And this is the dilemma that a lot of major leftist cities are dealing with, because it's hard to justify sending all these tax dollars to these communities when these people don't take care of it, okay? These hoods, these projects, or these low-income housing apartments, they don't have to look the way that they look, right? If they were kept up and people actually cared about their communities, then it wouldn't look that way. It wouldn't look like the hood. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But because you got shootings, you got robbings, you got people littering and just disrespecting the premises, it's just a recipe for disaster. And what happens is nobody ends up having respect for the places that they live, especially when it's not theirs and they have no incentive on keeping it up or conserving the value or the appearance of the property.
The Benford Security Company confirms one of their employees, a 44-year-old security guard who works at a housing complex across the street, was the apparent target and was killed. ABC7 employee Laura Lopez lives near the shooting and was awakened just after 4 a.m.
I just heard a loud noise, gunshots, and immediately I woke up because they were so loud that I thought they were right outside of my condo building.
Bullets riddled several cars parked on the street near the shooting. Police say the security guard was shot several times in the torso and pronounced dead at the scene. They're unsure of how many gunmen fired the shots or why they may have targeted the security guard. But some neighbors say they're concerned.
Summer's here and it's going to escalate, and I'm afraid.
Police say the gunman fled the area in a dark-colored sedan. Neighbors say they made a quick and loud exit.
After they were done shooting, I just heard a car just peel off down 14th place, just going west.
Chicago police say Area 3 detectives are investigating. They have no one in custody at this point, but they're hoping anyone with any...
So nobody in custody. They killed a security guard, an OG security guard. He was an older gentleman, right? Not like these young street dudes. And now we have a patriarch of the community, a guy who was doing the right thing, snuffed out by these super gremlins on demon time.
Information will come forward.
Family members told me Damien Nelson was working security, walking his normal route here outside when he was murdered, leaving his family without their patriarch.
So you just took someone's life and tore their family apart.
From high school sweethearts,
Their life is gonna be different. We're raising my son because he won't be here for none of it.
to now a widow left torn and empty in the Southside home she shared with her husband and family, the same home where she learned from officers that her life partner, Damien Nelson, would never return to.
And very sad situation. You have a man who was helping raise her child, and now he's gone. Another father figure out of the picture. And we talk about fathers being in the home, and when they are in the homes and contributing and working hard to bring up the next generation of black men, it would seem that the guys who are doing the right thing are finding themselves on the other end of the barrel of a gun. And it's sad. It's something that happens too often in the community, but this is the environment that we have created for ourselves with our voting habits, with the culture we're perpetuating, with the criminals and thugs that we defend on a daily basis. All of this plays a part into the situations that we see play out over and over again on a daily basis.
So in my mind instantly went like, what hospital he at? She was like, there's no hospital. You know, he didn't make it. He's at the morgue. It did not sit in. So I'm just like, are you serious?
A sense of shock and disbelief still remain with Mamie Thomas after her husband and father of her 2 children was shot multiple times and killed early Monday morning while on the job as a security guard. Vehicles around Morgan and 14th were left riddled with bullets near the University of Illinois Chicago campus. The Benford Security Company confirming with ABC7 the 44-year-old father worked security at B.J. Wright Court Apartments, a housing complex across from the scene. Nelson family believes the deadly ambush was due to mistaken identity.
You just think about like if he was in deep pain during that time, was he trying to run away or plead his case?
His daughter, Demaria Nelson, asked us not to show her face, but to share her heartache.
I love him dearly, and I will accomplish everything that he would have wanted me to accomplish.
Police say they are unsure how many gunmen fired shots or the motive behind the shooting, but did say the suspect or suspects got away in a dark-colored car. No one has been arrested.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.